The fourth time she smashed my mailbox, her $120,000 Mercedes got totaled, and my mailbox didn't have a single scratch. I didn't set a trap. I just built something she couldn't break. And watching her try, that's when I knew. This wasn't about rules anymore. This was war. I'm Brandon Carter, and all I ever wanted was a quiet life after my divorce. I bought a small fixer-upper in a gated community called Beverly Ridge, saved for 10 years to afford it. I didn't care that my house was the smallest or the least pretty on the block. It was mine. Just me and my daughter Becca on weekends, making pancakes and playing in the yard. That's all I needed. But Beverly Ridge had something else. A homeowners association with a queen named Nancy Whitmore. 52, widowed, always in designer clothes, and rocking $3,000 Gucci glasses like she ran a hedge fund. She ran the HOA like a dictator with pearls. And she had a problem with me from day one. Week 1? A fine for grass, half an inch too tall. I measured it. It wasn't. Week 2? Another fine for my front door being the wrong shade of beige. I didn't even paint it. It came that way. Week 3? $100 because I left my trash bins out for 2 hours after pickup. The truck came at 6 a.m. The letter was time-stamped 8:15. That's when I realized this wasn't about rules. This was personal. But what made my blood boil wasn't what happened to me. It was what she did to my neighbors. Sarah Chen got fined for her daughter's Disney curtains. Jim, a Vietnam vet, was fined for flying a flag his unit gave him. She went after the quiet, the humble, the vulnerable, people who couldn't or wouldn't fight back. I showed up to the next HOA meeting. That's where I met Nancy up close. "Mr. Carter," she said, staring down those Gucci glasses like I was trash. She stepped in. "Your property is bringing down the community's real estate values." She said property, but we both knew she meant me. I tried to speak, tried to defend myself. She cut me off. Motion denied. Next item. Just like that. That night I found a note under my windshield. "Smart people learn to fit in. Are you smart, Mr. Carter?" The first time she hit my mailbox, I thought it was an accident. I really did. It was 6:30 in the morning. I was drinking coffee, heard the crash, ran out to see my mailbox shattered. Her car was across the street, fresh scrapes on the bumper. She strolled out in her yoga gear and said, "Oh my goodness, I forgot my glasses." The same glasses that were hanging around her neck on a gold chain. I let it go. The second time, same routine. Only this time she was wearing the glasses. She laughed and said, "So clumsy without my coffee." Bob, my neighbor, ran out with his phone but missed the impact. He just got her smiling over the wreckage. She did the same thing to the Martinez family, he told me later. They moved out in 3 months. The third time, I was ready. I hit a camera, watched her line up her Mercedes and reverse right into it. Then she looked into the camera, smiled, and walked away. But when I checked the footage, my screen went black. A message popped up. "Nice try, Brandon. HOA Reg 47.3 prohibits cameras facing the street. NW. She'd hacked me. She was in my system. I called Marcus, a cybersecurity buddy. He looked at my setup and just said, "This is pro-level stuff. Somebody helped her." We cleaned it out, installed hardwired cameras, hidden, protected. Then came mailbox number 4. She borrowed a BMW, probably thought I wouldn't notice. Spray painted the lenses black before impact. But Bob caught the aftermath this time, zoomed in on her grinning like she'd just won a prize. Bob uploaded it, titled it, HOA Karen versus concrete. Who wins? 100,000 views in a day. That's when it clicked. This wasn't just my fight. It was all of ours. People in the comments started sharing their own HOA horror stories. One suggested reinforcing the mailbox. Another said, make it unbreakable. Make her pay. So I did. Me and Jerry, my old army buddy, built something we called the tank. 3 feet of concrete, steel core, looked like a regular mailbox, but it was ready for war. Monday morning, 6:30 a.m. on the dot, Nancy rolled out in that borrowed BMW, backed up, gunned it. Bam! The impact thudded so hard the rear bumper crumpled like paper. She got out, looked stunned. "Who puts a concrete post in a neighborhood?" she screamed. Bob had caught the whole thing. HOA Karen versus Concrete Round 2 hit 500,000 views, and that's when Nancy lost it. She sent a cease and desist letter. I responded with a montage of her mailbox rampages. She launched a smear campaign, said I was running an illegal business, even suggested to the school that Becca might be unsafe with me. That's when the gloves came off. Becca saw the videos. "Why does that lady keep breaking your mailbox, Dad?" she asked, tears in her eyes. "Why doesn't anyone stop her?" That night, I made a call to Jerry. "You remember that military-grade steel you told me about?" What came next? Mailbox 2.00. 5 feet deep. Industrial concrete. Reinforced rebar. Smart sensors. Paint that would mark anything that hit it with glowing dye. We even rigged it to bounce back impact force. Monday came. Nancy, now in a white Mercedes, floored it. The crash was biblical. Her hood folded, engine smoked, airbags out, and the paint splashed across her car like neon war paint. "I forgot my glasses!" she screamed, still wearing 2 pairs. The tow guy looked at her car, then at my mailbox and said, "Lady, maybe take the bus." The clip went viral. 2 million views. Talk shows called. People drove across states just to take selfies with the mailbox. Nancy spiraled. She rented construction equipment, tried to yank it out with chains, snapped them. Garbage trucks, crumpled. Acid attacks, backfired. Literally flowed into her own garage and melted her Bentley's undercarriage. She caused over 1.2 million in damages, just trying to break a $500 mailbox. Then came the final boss fight. At 3:47 a.m., security cameras triggered. Nancy rolled up with a convoy. 2 trucks, an excavator, and a van full of Team Nancy goons wearing matching shirts. I called Bob. "Start live streaming." Called Officer Mills. "You'll want to see this." They hit at 4:15. 2 trucks rammed the mailbox from both sides, collided into each other. The excavator tried to lift it, tipped, crashed into a garage. Then Nancy, yes, Nancy herself, walked out with what looked like explosives. That's when the FBI rolled up. Bomb squad, lights, megaphones. While they surrounded her, I walked outside, hit a button on my garage remote, and the mailbox split in half. Inside, a massive LED screen playing a highlight reel of every single one of her attacks, set to yakety sax. The crowd watching online erupted. Someone donated $10,000 to Bob's stream. Nancy screamed and charged, slipped on paint, face planted in her own yard. The agents cuffed her right there. Turns out, mailboxes are federal infrastructure. She got nailed with charges, cyber crimes, property destruction, illegal explosives, you name it. She lost her job, her house, her HOA seat, and yeah, her mind. But the best part? As they dragged her away, she turned back and hissed, "That mailbox will not survive me." I just smiled, because I knew she'd already lost. So who was really in the wrong here?